To win an F1 championship, you need to be the best. And there's often speculation about drivers who are worthy of being future champions. But what about another breed of driver? A driver whose skills and speed are considered at the top of their game, but never got a chance to hold on to that championship winning trophy. Who were the best drivers to never win an F1 championship? It would be rude to start this video without talking about Stirling Moss. Perhaps the man most of you thought of when clicking on this video. Moss was without a doubt an extremely talented racing driver. In just 66 Formula 1 races, Moss stood on top of the podium 16 times. But how come he never got to hold on to that World Champions trophy? In 1958, Moss got very close. But the fact of the matter is, it was his own kindness and sportsmanship that lost him the championship. When his championship rival Mike Hawthorne got stuck during the Grand Prix in Portugal in the last lap of his race, Moss stopped to help. You see, Moss had already taken the checkered flag, being a lap ahead, and had won the race. And upon seeing Hawthorne's car get stuck at the side of the road,
can't park there, mate,
he waited to help out. With Moss's assistance, Hawthorne got the car going again by using a downhill stretch of pavement, and Hawthorne finished second. But the stewards were not happy with this. They saw Hawthorne using that downhill section of pavement as him going backwards on track, an offence which is punishable by disqualification. But Moss jumped to his rival's defense, saying that as a witness, the pavement was not a part of the circuit. And with Moss's help, the penalty was waived. And 2 races later, Hawthorne would win the championship by 1 point. Moss never looked back on his decision to help his rival and didn't regret it one bit, a testament to the gentleman that he was. Moss was also a highly skilled driver, much like the next driver, Jackie Ickx, a name you'll often hear when talking about the late 60s and 70s in F1, with Ickx's career spanning from 1966 to 1979. And over those years, he managed to achieve 13 poles, 8 wins, and 25 podiums, but never got that elusive world championship. His closest chances were in 1969 and 1970, finishing runner-up to Jackie Stewart and Jochen Rindt respectively. However, it is debated whether Ickx lost that 1970 world championship on purpose or not, as a broken fuel line in the second to last race is what cost him the win and championship in that season. Because I've not yet mentioned that the man leading the championship was the deceased Jochen Rindt. Ickx has also stated over the years that he would have not have wanted to win the championship considering the circumstances of Rindt's unfortunate passing. And continuing the darker theme, we have another champion who never was, Gilles Villeneuve. Gilles was one of those drivers labelled with future world championship status. Unfortunately, that was never to be. In 1979, Villeneuve came close to winning a championship, but his teammate Jody Scheckter would beat him to it, with both drivers winning 3 races over the season. Unfortunately, after being given some less competitive cars, Villeneuve's career would be cut short in 1982, after suffering a fatal crash at Zolder. Who knows what could have been? Another driver who still wonders what could have been is Rubens Barrichello. Over his 322 race career, he achieved 14 pole positions, 11 race victories, and 68 podiums, but obviously never held on to that driver's trophy. During his years at Ferrari in the early 2000s, Barrichello was forced into the role of driver number 2 to Michael Schumacher, and was rarely allowed by the team to truly challenge him. So Barrichello would end up moving to Honda, where in 2009, after the team rebranded, he found himself at Brawn, and in the best car on the grid. Now, subscribed have better luck than what Barrichello had next. His teammate Button won 6 out of the 7 first races. But then later in the season, Barrichello really found himself outperforming the Brit, with the final race of the season being his home race. Rubens was looking to secure the win and therefore the championship. Despite putting in a great challenge for the win of that race and leading for much of it, an unfortunate collision with Hamilton would cause a puncture, meaning it was never to be. This won't be the only time a promising driver lost a championship to Hamilton, with Felipe Massa narrowly missing out on winning the 2008 World Championship. Many attribute Massa's bad luck with the fuel hose staying attached during the fixed 2008 Singapore Grand Prix, and ask the question that, had the Renault team not been cheating that day, would the outcome outcome have been different, to what inevitably lost Massa that championship. However, after Spring flew off a Brawn car and hit Massa in 2009, many say his driving was never really the same after, and cut the promising Massa's prime short. Comment which drivers I missed in your opinion. I'm sure there are loads you can think of, and I love to read them. Subscribe, as we are going for 50,000 subscribers. Goodbye!